Welcome to the Beyond Iconic podcast, where we dive into the vast world of art iconography through somewhat casual commentary. We're your hosts, Naja
and Crystal, two artsy friends looking beyond the icons just for the hell of it.
We've done this so many times, and it never ceases to become, so stressful.
Oh, no.
The first few minutes of it.
Of course.
I'm just like...
I'm sure it's mostly just us being like, I'm not interesting. What do I have to catch up with?
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
But, this month is an exciting month. Yes. So tell us what you've been up to, Crystal.
Yes. My month has been spent... this month has been kind of eventful. So... right after we recorded our last podcast, I found an iPad that I had lost for
yes.
It's been at least a year. So Simon has also been gone since my birthday. He's been doing a field training. So he's finally coming back today, and I am so excited. And he already knows I'm going to give him my old iPad that also still has the old Apple Pencil that I had. So I'm really happy to give that to him when he comes back.
Is it the one where you detach the butt of the pencil? Yeah, that's the one I have still.
It's the worst. It's honestly the worst.
The old one. It really is. I can't deny.
And it came with a charger. It came with a charger, right? I lost that thing in a heartbeat. Just like that.
Oh my god, no. But it's so small, I get it.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just like, well, fuck you. And I'm glad I have my current iPad.
Yeah, I need to upgrade.
Yes. And then other than that, my coworkers and I have downloaded this really cute app called Finch, which this is not sponsored. It's just, I wish it were. Finch, it's a super cute self-care app where you take care of your little burb by taking care of yourself. So you get little energy points from journaling, how you feel about your day, how your sleep was, what you think your dreams mean. And then you can set goals for yourself in general. So right now my goals are to do 30 minutes of exercise, to wash my face, to get off my phone 30 minutes before bed, which I've been really failing at. I had to take it off because it's just not something I can do. I have to listen to something when I sleep. So 30 minutes before bed for me is looking for something to listen to while I drift off to sleep. So impossible. I could never do that. And you can add your friends to it, and you can send each other reminders, and their bird will come visit your bird, and they go on adventures together, and it's really cute.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
So if you want to be my
I need
friend,
to get this.
You should be my friend.
I want to get this.
Because then I can send
so
you
cute.
I can send you a hug, and I can send you calm. I can send you reminders to drink your water, and my little bird can come
I
visit.
need reminders. I need reminders to drink water.
Exactly. And
oh my god, I love that concept. It's so cute.
Dress
I love it.
up your bird. It's really cute.
Fully customizable bird. I love this. I love this already. I bet it's really cute design wise too.
Exactly.
So I can only imagine.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's been my month.
And it hasn't even been that much of the month yet, so
no.
It's not surprising that there's not much going on. We've only just begun, but it is Pride Month, which is awesome. It's Rainbow Month, guys.
Taste the rainbow, beaches.
Taste the rainbow. And I am a proud bisexual woman, so this is the first time I'm out and celebrating Pride. So this is very special. And Crystal reminded me that there are Pride things that happen during this month.
Yes.
For some reason, I never seen myself ever participating in anything like that, because I just never thought to. It just was never oh, I should go to this party for this or this festival. And it's well, now I can't. It's not that I couldn't, because I was I thought I was straight, but I just never thought about it. So now that I'm out, I can also be prideful too in that and all of that. So I'm really excited for that. And apparently San Antonio has a Pride little festival that they're preparing for, and it's on the 25th. So that's I'm excited for that.
That's so exciting. Yes. Well, it's also that I think bisexuals, out of like the main groups of queer, I think they get really harped on because they're like, they're not picking a side or whatever, and that makes the other groups of queer like kind of make them feel invalidated. So I'm here to tell you that I accept you for who you are, and I love you so very much.
Thank you, friend.
Of course, buddy.
I appreciate that. Yeah, and it really does feel that way, because I'm constantly questioning myself as a person like what I like, and it's just like I had to let myself just, you know, if my feelings fluctuate, then that's just what they do. That's still like queer in a way.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I have one of my close coworker friends. She's also bisexual. And she is married to a man, so she doesn't often she doesn't often get to indulge in her queer side because you know she's married now. So it's really funny because we're planning to go to this Pride block party, and she was like, "I'm such a bad queer. This is the only thing I have," and it was like a rainbow Dungeons and Dragons shirt. I was like,
oh my god,
that
yes.
is so.
No, that's very queer.
It's so her.
Yes. Oh my gosh, but yeah, I definitely feel her in that regard, because I think another thing is that people kind of expect bisexuals to also be biromantic, which I don't think that I am. Like, I think you can be one without the other. Like, I've never pictured myself being in a relationship with a woman, but I find women attractive, and I could like engage with a woman in that sense, but not like, you know, because I grew up just like raised with this idea that, oh, I need a man, or like, you know, I just always pictured myself marrying a male person.
Yes.
So it's like I have no interest in like pursuing a female relationship, but girls be sexy though.
They are fucking sexy. Can confirm. I feel that. That makes a lot of sense to my brain, what you're saying.
Yeah, and do you know Jaden Animations?
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah, she made a video about her being like asexual and aromantic, and that's when she was explaining like the difference between like bisexual and biromantic and like other facets of that, and that like blew my mind because I never considered that someone could be attracted to a gender but not want to be like in a relationship with them. Like I never considered that to even be like a possibility.
Yeah. I think that's so interesting. I think that the way our community is moving into the future, I love that there's this enlightenment of thinking about ourselves in a different way that's never really been done before.
Right.
Yep.
Same. It's very exciting.
I know. And then like I've been thinking, for some reason, I've been thinking about them and they a lot because I think what the hurdle people are trying to get over is that we use them and they as a plural when it's more so important to use so that you're not saying that that person is a he or a she. Like, the importance is not that, like, you can use them and they as a plural. The importance is that them and they have no tie to he or she.
Right,
and I think...
Right, and that's... Yeah.
And I feel like I definitely used to be ignorant to that fact because it's just, like, so hard to think about words in a way that's, like, not what you're used to. So like I just think that's it's a lot of adjusting, especially because like our language always fluctuates. So, and like I think they used to be used in that way like way back in Shakespearean times. Yeah. So it's like when I found that out, I was like, okay, well, why can't we just bring that back? Yeah. Like we are smart enough to integrate that language back if we feel like it needs to be used to be inclusive to certain people, you know? Exactly.
So,
and I mean, like, if we can make up words on the fly, then why can't we just tweak words that already exist into our vocabulary.
That's the thing, is that we can't.
Exactly. Be more understanding.
It's like, but do people want to?
Yeah.
That's the real question.
The effort is so minimal.
It really is.
It takes just a couple more brain cells. Just a few more.
Yeah, we can do it, guys. We got more than that. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. My June is just going to be full of that and work.
Yep, exactly. Just continuing the progress that is our self-development and work and self-love. Yay!
Yeah, that's the goal for this month.
Love it.
Yes, all right. And with that, we gonna get into this meat. And this month, I am truly excited to share with you all the cutest icon of fertility that I have ever seen in my entire life. And his name is Kokopelli. Tell me that is not like the most adorable name for a deity. It's so cute. My mouth loves to say it.
Even just like reading it, it's just so satisfying. Kokopelli.
Right?
It's like, it gave me Gudetama vibes when I first read that you're gonna do that. And I was just like, how can this not be really cute? I really hope it's cute. And it does not fail.
Imagine if it wasn't, though. That would have been funny.
Yes.
All right, but yeah, this little dude is a mythical Native American deity of the Hopi tribe, historically native to the American Southwest. The myth of Kokopelli was born in what would later be the American Southwest and Mexico, including the Four Corner region. These lands were the territory of the Hohokam, Quechan / Yuman, and ancestral Puebloan peoples. Puebloan. For those who aren't familiar with the Four Corner region, it consists of the southeastern corner of Utah, the southwestern corner of Colorado, the northwestern corner of New Mexico, and the northeastern corner of Arizona. And apparently, there's even a monument that marks where the Four Corners meet, like right at that exact point. Yes. And I think we should visit that. I think that would be really cool.
Oh my god, I would love to. I think it's in one of those classic movies. What was it? What's that movie where it's a drug dealer pretending to be a family? Do you know that movie?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
With Jennifer Aniston.
Oh my god, I know exactly what you're talking about. What is it called? Is it just called The Family?
It's not that. It's not that. It can't.
Okay.
We're the Millers. We're the Millers.
We're the Millers. Yes. Oh my god, you got it.
God, I love that movie.
I'm definitely
it's really good.
Yeah, it's a great movie. If y'all haven't seen that movie, then you need to see it. It's really good. I just love Jennifer Aniston. Like,
me too. She's timeless. I have a bias
She's towards so her. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Really, she's aging so gracefully. I don't know if she has any work done. Call back to plastic surgery. I don't know if she's had any, but she's beautiful.
She's beautiful no matter what.
Yeah,
we don't judge based on plastic surgery.
Yeah, she just looks the same. Like, her face just looks the same right now than it did like years ago. But anyway, I digress. I super hard digress. The legend of Kokopelli is a common one that is referenced in many Native American tribes. One of the first visual instances of the figure appears on Hohokam pottery, which were made for food storage, cooking, and ritual by the ancient peoples around like 1000 AD. He was usually depicted as a figure playing a flute, with feathers or dreadlocks sprouting from his head, and sometimes even bearing an erect
Pernus.
And there's that phallus, like, Crystal, I know you're going to be talking about the symbol of the phallus.
Yes.
Has some, I feel like that, like a super huge symbol for fertility throughout history.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, and I was actually going to research just that concept in general, but then I found Kokopelli, and I was like, okay, I gotta do him instead.
Penis.
Penis, we love him. It looks like he's dancing as well. Obviously, to the music, he'd be playing with the flute. Kokopelli traveled from village to village, conjuring rain and a fruitful harvest with the sounds of his flute. His breath, right? It's so cute. It's so amazing. His breath symbolized the wind, which was considered an essential pathway for life forces that the tribe's survival depended on, according to anthropologist Dennis Slifer. Sometimes he has a noticeable hunchback, and this hunch was due to the heavy sack he'd carry on his back. In Pueblo mythology, he carried seeds, babies, and blankets on his back and delivered them to village maidens. Which, I mean, just imagine a sack of babies.
Yeah, when you said sack, I was like, sack?
The sack? Shouldn't be on his back, but...
Seed sack. Interesting.
It's funny that it's on his back. Like, what? He'd most likely be wooing these women as well, since the figure's humpback not only represents sacks of seeds, but a way for him to carry the songs he used to attract women.
Oh. Okay.
His flute, I know, right? His flute in particular symbolized the power to woo, kind of like the Pied Piper, but sexy.
Oh, snap. Damn, Kokopelli.
Right? He's sexy. He's not only is he cute, but he's sexy.
What more could you want?
Exactly. Look at him. He's just gonna play music for you and bless you with his massive schlong.
Dude, love this.
Across many Native American tribes, such instruments were used to create signals and serenades that conjured love magic, according to Slifer once again. He explains that Kokopelli didn't originate from a single story, but instead is the result of a complex merging of various myths, deities, personalities, and traits that evolved over a period of at least 1,000 years. This is why he harbors so many different appearances. In an Artsy article, Alexa Goddard mentions a few different versions. She says some have hunchbacks while others stand tall, and some resemble insects with antennas, others birds. Then there are those who look more human, complete with long flute and other instrument raised high.
Yes.
As you can see, Crystal can see the pictures.
Yes.
It really looks like inflated.
Yes, it does.
But, of course, his modern look omits his member and adopts a cool dreadlock-esque hairstyle to add to his ability to be commercialized. Mm-hmm. This brings me to the supposed Kokopelli mania that rushed the Americas. It rushed America in the 90s. And this term, Kokopelli mania, was coined by scholar Eckhart Malotki, and I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but I tried my best.
Yes, you did.
Kokopelli's likeness was associated with music, magic, sustainability, and sex. A perfect mascot to represent the New Age activist lifestyle. His image can be seen in gift shops, signs, bumpers, and even on people. And I feel like I've seen a few of these tattoos around, like when I was younger.
Me
I've
too.
seen like his figure. It was like so familiar.
Yes. Ooh.
And yeah, so that brings me to, what are your thoughts about ancient symbols and their evolution in modern culture?
I think it's interesting that people, the average person probably doesn't know where this little dude comes from. Mm-hmm. And where was I going with that thought? I think it's when it associates with something that is popular, it just catches on, and it gets its own meaning that people draw from it. And I wonder if people just looking at him without like his perness, I wonder like what the average person thinks about him just like as is in the modern version that he is. Because I just think he looks fun.
Yes, like and that's basically like his whole vibe is like he's supposed to be a fun-loving deity. So like even without the historical meaning of like fertility and all of what his figure was used for and like why he was worshipped, like he's just a fun-loving guy. Other than that, so I think that is way more like palatable in society rather than him just being like, I bring the sex,
dick out. Like... I bring the sex, I bring the seeds.
Yeah. And like I didn't know anything about this little dude until I looked up, you know, the history and everything, but my first initial response to him was, this looks like a Jamaican person blowing a flute or whatever, like some kind of instrument. Like that's immediately what I thought because of the dreadlocks. And I think they made it into hair, like into dreadlocks to make it even more like, I don't know, like laid back. Because like dreadlocks are associated with that, you know.
And like
laid back culture.
The way his form is with his flute and like him hunching over, he looks like he's really jamming out. So it made me yeah, exactly. And it made me think of Bob Marley just from the dreadlocks because he's like one of the most iconic people with dreadlocks.
Yes.
And being chill and stuff. So like he just looks
so
like
that's why that's why I was so like I was so interested too, because I did not know that this was like a Native American figure or like a deity like that. I thought it was like maybe some sort of islander or like even Jamaican, because like they're in Jamaica, like they have those iconic like black figures like playing the drums or the bongos or whatever, or like the steel pan. Like they have figures that look like this. So I was really interested that, you know, this was Native American and not like Jamaican or something like that.
Yeah. It's cool to see how art starts out in different ancient societies, and like how even though they're like people who aren't even in touch with each other, they're still similar in some ways.
Yes.
It's all connected.
Oh,
Isn't that
makes
crazy?
me so. That gives me like goosebumps.
I know.
Love it.
How is it similar? How are they?
We're all connected like that. That just proves that we're all connected in some way.
Yeah.
I love that.
Or Pangea.
Or Pangea, yeah, Pangea. R.I.P. Pangea.
R.I.P. Pangea.
It's crazy that the world's gonna look completely different, like, years from now, and if it's still here.
If we're still
like,
here while it's still here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's scary.
What it's gonna look like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oop, let me not spiral.
There's like, is it California? They think that California's gonna split off someday or something like that.
Either California or Florida.
Florida, yeah.
I could see Florida. It's already hanging pretty, like, out there.
Yes.
Or Maine.
Or Maine, yeah. I'm bad at geography. I'll have to look at the map.
What's that other, like, north tip? I don't know if that's Maine. It's either...
Alaska. No.
No, that too, though. But that's Canada's problem. It's like way up there.
I'm kind of sad he lost his penis.
Me
you
too.
Take a man's penis.
How dare you? Yes, and one of the articles I read literally described that as they emasculated him, and I was like,
yeah.
That makes it sound so much worse.
Dude, and like in like the older versions, he looks so much more like buff. He's got like that triangle body, Dorito bod form, and they've taken all his muscles away.
That's where they put his sack. That's why it's so wide right there.
You take the man's sack and his member, and he's left with only his flute, man.
Oh my god. He likes it.
I
And
feel
the
like
older ones too, like I love that there's only 2 little antennas, so that's where like I can see where they mean, like he kind of looks like a bug or like an animal of some sort. That's just even more like endearing. But the hair, the modern one like is more humanized, which for a reason,
definitely.
We humans just love themselves so much.
Tell me about it. I feel like the flute is also like very sensual because I know I used to be in choir and we would interact with the band a lot, and I feel like playing instruments, there's always jokes about like tonguing the instruments because they have to be like
yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, Kokopelli. We see you, Kokopelli.
That's funny. Yes. I see what you mean, though. I can see that energy. The band kids have Kokopelli energy.
Yeah. Big Kokopelli. Kokopelli mania. It's so fun that you picked a symbol from, like, ancient art history. Because I have also chosen a symbol from ancient art history. So
we're just there.
We're
always there.
Syncing it up. For this episode's icon, I chose the cross. Oh, can you believe it? The cross.
Yes. Oh my god, I should have worn my cross today.
Oh, that would have been fun. Yeah, I don't own one.
I wish I had some Kokopelli merch too.
Oh my god, that would be so fun. Yeah, right? My home is a non-secular, I hope I'm using the right word, non-secular, non-denominational household.
Yeah, that's definitely right.
So we don't really have any religious paraphernalia up in this apartment. But I really thought that it was interesting that the cross was a symbol of fertility because I've never like imagined that it is, because I grew up in a Christian household and was like, no, the cross is, like the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, Jesus and all that.
Jesus and all that.
It can't be anything else. That's like weird. Right? I've never heard of that.
And neither have I.
Exactly. So I was just like, well, I'm gonna jump in this rabbit hole.
Gonna dive right in.
Yep. So apparently the cross stems from pagan origins for fertility. And it's like, that's not a crazy concept for something from the Christian religion to stem from a pagan practices.
There it is again. And I didn't even know that the cross was one of those. That's insane.
Exactly.
That's like, that feels like such a huge like Christian what?
Yes, and I will get into that. So
yeah.
Me and Naja know a couple of Wiccans in our lives, and they never fail to teach me that there are a lot of Christian things that have pagan roots, where Christians will take something from a pagan's holiday and just like Christianify it and make sure that you don't know anything about the pagans' practices and you only think about the Christian practices. So the cross is no exception to that rule. The prominent symbol that would develop into the modern day Christian cross stems from the Egyptian Ankh. I don't know how to describe it other than a cross with a loop at the top. At this, like where the stick is, that's where like the loop is.
Yeah. It kind of looks like a noose.
It does kind of look like a noose. I also tried to describe it, and I said a bubble blower with a bow tie.
Oh my god, yeah, that's even better. That's way more wholesome than what I should have said.
Oh no! But yeah, did you ever like notice that the uncanny similarity between the Ankh and the Christian cross?
Yes, because I think I was doing research on something for some class, and that symbol came up, and I was like, that looks like the cross.
Just like that.
Literally what I said. Just like that. That looks like the cross. What is that? Yeah, so, but I've forgotten the name of it, so
Here
it's called the Ankh. Yeah. But, yeah, that was the only time I think I've actually seen it and paid attention to it. So, yeah, that was the only instance.
Yeah. I don't think I ever tied the two together in my mind until I was doing this research. So I was just like,
yeah.
When you look at them side by side, it's really like
blatant.
It was really
oh
like,
my god. Oh.
how?
It's like what's that meme when they're like, when you copy your friend's homework and you try to make it look like not obvious that you copied it.
When you're plagiarizing and you change the word on thesaurus.com to something else.
Oh my god, yes.
That was
yes,
my
this
whole
is
life.
Trying to do it like so skillfully. That was the real skill that we learned in school.
In college. It's how we got through thesis. In ancient Egypt, the Ankh, or the key of life, is said to symbolize the union between Osiris, god of fertility, agriculture, death, and resurrection, and Isis, god of motherhood, magic, death, healing, and rebirth, which gave life to Egypt by making the land fertile. So, like, that's like the main tie of the Ankh to fertility. Apparently, it's a very old symbol, as you can tell, and its origins are actually a mystery still to this day.
Whoa.
Some say that the loop at the top may represent the woman's womb, while the rest of the symbol could represent a penis. You know what I mean?
Cool.
The womb? Penis?
She's being inserted into.
Back
She's being impaled.
Yeah. I thought that too. Like, that's like maybe her legs, and then, you know.
Yeah. yes.
There's also some people who speculate that the arms could be, like, I think it's legs. Some people think it could be the children that are birthed from the union of the man and the female. Continuing to tie the cross to fertility, the Ankh bears resemblance to the knot of Isis, which was a ceremonial girdle thought to represent the female genitalia and also symbolize fertility. So just like further pushing that fertility connection with the cross. And then if you go across to the Mesopotamian region, in their religion, the cross was tied to Tammuz, or Sumerian Dumuzi, who was the god of fertility, embodying the power of new life in nature in the spring. And the cross also to them also looked like procreation between a man and a woman.
Yeah, it's you can't unsee it when you see it.
I like tried to imagine how it could look like. Like, I can see the womb and the penis. But I can't see, like, I guess it could look like a person, like, slapped on top of another person, maybe? That's what they're going for?
Could be. But I like the idea of, like, her legs just being, like, so small, like, right just wide open.
Yes. Because the cross is such a widespread symbol, particularly in antiquity, there is no specific art that I'm diving into, just because it's just so widespread. But in art history, ancient art usually had a function. In the Ankh's case, it was often tied to life after death. Being the symbol of life, they would inscribe the Ankh into sarcophaguses, or it was the shape of belongings or the belongings themselves. They were placed into the tombs in hopes that it would promote the journey to eternal life. As Christianity spread, the Egyptian cross translated well into the Christian narrative. As Jesus died on the cross and rose again, Christians also believed that in following and believing in Christianity, they too would rise after death into heaven. So like similarities there of both the Egyptians and Christians believing in life after death and using that cross to identify with their religion and has those ties with life. In Christian belief, I know vaguely that anything to do with paganism is frowned upon. So, as a fellow child raised in a Christian household, how do you feel about the cross now that you know that it has pagan ties? And knowing like that the cross is widely used by Christians.
I think that it's just not surprising. But I mean, it is surprising. I was surprised, but now I'm not surprised. Because it's just, you know, I don't know if this is like a conspiracy theory or if like this is actually what happened, but I think like there was some talk of like there was an alliance between like the Catholics and the pagans, and they like kind of meshed to become like Christianity, so that I don't know, like there was some kind of progress that happened there. I don't know where I heard that, but I was thinking about it when we were talking about, you know, the pagan things being used in Christianity. It's like there could be a reason for that. Like that could have been that was probably intended, you know, for like I don't know, peace purposes or something like that.
Maybe.
Could be. I don't know. I'm no historian.
Could be also like stubborn people back then. They're like, well, Christianity's nice and all, but what's in it for me? Because I like have all these cool things that I believe in right now. So if you could just like make it a little similar, maybe I'm more open to going on your side or whatever.
That could also be true.
Could be.
If anyone has any like information about this sort of thing, I would love to, you know, to hear about it. If you have anything at all, please share it with us. We'd love to learn.
Yes, we love
because
learning.
Like that's always interesting when, you know, stuff like that happens and you find these connections and you're just like, how did that actually become, you know, and why?
Yeah. And maybe it's also like, I know that Easter falls on like, I think it's the summer equinox.
Yes.
Or solstice.
Yes.
So they took that over, and then the winter solstice they took as Christmas.
Yes.
And then now they're taking this whole like huge Egyptian symbol for life. They like, it's like one of the most widely known symbol next to the Eye of Ra or Horus or whatever it is. Those two are like so iconic, everybody kind of knows it. Even if you think you don't know it, you kind of know it.
You know, you've seen it.
So them taking that for Christianity is just fascinating to me. And while I was looking this up, there's some people that are like, the cross has pagan roots. I won't use the cross anymore because it's pagan. Christ wasn't put on a cross when he died. It was just a normal stake. Everyone's wrong. They like go that far to say that he wasn't put on a cross.
What? Okay. Now I'm thinking like logistically. What about the wounds on his hands? How'd he get those?
Exactly.
If they like didn't nail him to a cross. Like what?
Exactly. That's my thoughts. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. Like what did they do?
What are you on about?
You're gonna have to change your entire story. You're gonna have to, not the entire story, but you're gonna have to figure out how to like recreate or like exclude that detail, even though it's like a huge detail.
It's widely accepted and known through the Bible. Like, what are you gonna do? Argue with the Bible?
It has been written.
He has written.
You know how many times the cross is said in the Bible? That's so funny. Oh my god. How could they just like decide? No, he didn't die on that.
He would never. That's pagan. He would never do that. My God would never do that. Never pagan.
Christians be like, insane Christians be like.
Yes. Beyond like looking at that, I was also trying to find stuff on the cross in modern day. But it's like really hard because like, again, it's like such a simple symbol. And everybody uses it because they practice religion in Christianity, and who knows what they do in Egypt, I don't know. But in America, it's mainly Christian, so I know there be crosses all over everything, and that has nothing really to do with fertility. But our Queen Riri
Oh my, Riri.
Riri, yes! I'm bringing her back.
Woman.
The second time in the few episodes that we have, I bring back the Queen Riri.
Yes.
I feel like she's like an iconography queen. She like is into that
I think
shit.
she's like very, yes, that's why.
She has done different campaigns that incorporates iconography. So one of them, it has to do with, who is her? Nefertiti. Mm-hmm. She was one of the queens, and she's super iconic because she has that bust of her that's super gorgeous and one of the most well-known busts worldwide that is known. So she did something on that, and she also has a tattoo of Isis, which is the goddess, like I said, of motherhood and fertility. She got that in tribute for her grandmother who had just passed. And she was like, Goddess Isis, complete woman, model for future generations. And I was just like,
yes,
Riri, you are a icon stan, and we are here for you.
She is a scholar.
So seeing her again, I was just like, I'm not surprised we're talking about her again. And who knows, we might talk about her again somewhere, because she just pops out of nowhere as somebody who is a lover of icons.
Yes, expect to see Riri again.
We'll slide her in.
She will be here.
We'll
slide her in. Now we're going to do it deliberately. Now she's going to be in every episode after this. Oh, man. Just more reasons to love her.
I know.
And everything she's done.
I know. And I'm like not even that big of a fan of celebrities, as we chatted about in episode woman, episode female power.
Oh yeah.
We talked about how we
female power.
We don't have real celebrity supermodels, but as a person, I love Riri, and I'm only loving her more.
I love her as an artist.
Yeah.
She's just inspiring. She's very inspiring.
I think so too.
I think her fashion, she's just...
Yes.
I don't know if it's her or if it's like whoever's styling her. Because I don't want to just give her all the props.
Okay.
Because
I think it is Riri who has the final say on what she looks like, because I remember there was this one time I was watching her give a speech on, I think she was accepting an award for being like most fashionable or something like that, and she was saying something to the effect of fashion helped pull her out of feeling like she was nothing, because you can use fashion and like the stuff in fashion to make yourself feel beautiful. Even if you're in an impoverished situation, you can use fashion to express yourself and feel better, no matter where you are in your life. I was just like,
I felt that.
I know. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Right in here.
I know. I'm gonna have to look it up and share that with you, because it was very.
Yes, please.
It was very moving as a person who doesn't really care about, who had not cared a lot about it as when I was growing up, because I was raised by my father. He didn't really care. I was not about to care, and he loved me as is. But I think fashion is an untapped thing in my life that I'm finding myself loving more.
Yes, that is I'm so excited for you. Oh my god. Fashion is definitely something that I've been opening myself up to more recently as well. Fashion is something that I think ever since I got into like metalcore and like that hardcore, other hardcore mutants, not hardcore, but I'm not gonna get into semantics because people are gonna try to fight me. So just that whole scene kid realm where I was growing up, fashion was a huge part of it. So, but like in a different way, like, you know, every niche has its own like fashion standards. So like I tried my best to fit into those, but like it was also very masculine, I feel like, and I never like tapped into like the feminine parts of like fashion and all of that until I got older. So hearing that quote really resonates with me, because like I wasn't able to get a lot of the things that I wanted to express myself in with fashion, even though like my parents could afford the things that I wanted, but not that I wanted the most expensive things, but it's just like certain articles of clothing that were associated with the niche that I wanted to like be a part of, like I could never like get. So I had to use what I had to like, you know, let people know around me that I am within this like community of people.
You
so
are tapping into parts of my memory that I feel like I've suppressed, because
yeah.
when I was little, I remember there was this moment where low-key I really liked Barbie. Like Barbie was my shit. But
oh yeah, I was Bratz. Bratz gang.
But I didn't want to portray that because I liked being a tomboy. I liked being one of the dudes. Yeah. I liked soccer, I liked tennis, I liked sports. So princesses did not really fit into that narrative that I was trying to do for myself. Even at a young age, I was thinking about that. And one day, I was wearing this Barbie, like zip-up suit. It was pink. It was like baby pink, and it had little Barbies on the chest and on the leg. And I remember I wore that, and somebody commented on it, and I felt so self-conscious. He was like, "Oh, you like Barbie? I like Barbie." And I was like, I felt some type of way about it, and I never wanted to wear it ever again.
Oh my god, the trauma! Like, where does that come from? Oh my god, I feel like that comes up with a lot of things too. It's like, someone like, I don't know. It's like this. There's this one thing that you really, really like, and you kind of want to hide it from people, and you don't want to know like their opinions about it, because you have your own like idea of what that thing is. And so if someone is like intrudes and is like, "Hey, I also like that thing," and then you're just like, no, I don't.
What, me?
I don't like that thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't. Like, you should also not like it because I don't like it. And then, like, you secretly like it. Like, like, what is that? I don't know. I feel like that's just some angst. I don't know. There's got to be some, like, scientific reason why we do that.
It's something. I don't even understand why I felt that way. It's weird.
So, I guess all there's left is to tease the next one.
Ooh, tease fertility.
Next episode. Yeah, tease fertility. For July is going to be about revolution, which, rock. You know, we could go multiple ways.
Yeah, there's
with this word, because revolution means like has multiple meanings.
It does. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's interesting. Yes, join us.
That opens it.
See what we end up doing with revolution.
Yeah, I'm excited. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us for this episode, and hopefully you'll stick with us next time.
Don't forget to like this episode and subscribe for more content. Join us on our social media pages at Beyond Iconic Podcast.
We release pod updates, sneak peeks, and would love to interact with you. Until next time.